Hello, and welcome back. All right, let's making sure that everything works, and hopefully the audio is not too high there. Let's see. Gonna check. No, the audio seems to be fine. The thing is that I have a problem with the audio because it's always like either it's very high or it's very low, and I can never get it right. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, maybe it's just my voice that is not suited for streaming, but if it isn't, then fuck it. I can't do much more, and I do. All right, cool. So, what are we doing today? Well, we are back into the world of my game here. And we have some containers that aren't ours, and containers that aren't ours, we can hack. That's why we see the hacking symbol. And if we hack it, we target it. And of course, when that is happening, we can start hacking in the hacking game. We solve it in the right order and within the time. Now, I want to do more with this. For example, I want to be able to add some. How should I put it? I want to be able to add some ways to increase time. Let's say, because I mean, only 2 level 1 here, and you only get 2 of them. That's one thing. It's pretty simple to do. But can you imagine a level 5 container? They're going to have 10 of these bands, and you have to solve them in the right order. And you cannot be looking at this, hover over this too long, because of course the time just flies when you hover over them. And you just want to do it quickly, quick. And all of a sudden you're short on time, and you need to add something to make sure that you can actually, something to trigger some more time and so on. But before we do that, what is the penalty if you fail? Because right now nothing happens if we fail. We have failed hacking item. Okay, I'll do it again. So there's a couple of things here. One thing is that something needs to happen, of course, when we fail. It not just pop up a text message. I also want to have this these containers to have a maximum hacking attempts. So each container can be hacked, for example, maybe 2 times or something like that. And if you fail 2 times, the content explodes. and explodes with a vengeance. But I also want them to send out a damage to the hacker if they fail. So, for example, if I fail this, some kind of electric current will go from the container up onto my actor, and then it will issue damage. So there's a couple of things here. And the first thing is that I have not worked with damage at all so far. I haven't worked with any type of damage, and no weapon, no explosions, no nothing. So this is going to be a segue into the realm of damaging and apply damage and be able to, you know, shoot each other. So it's just going to be a natural segue into that after I start working with this. All right. Let's see. What else? Well, we also have, if we look at the fitting here, we have the energy here, right? We got the energy. We got the energy regeneration. I think we also should have some kind of current energy, but we don't. But this also leads into defensive, you know, this whole thing here that I set up months and months ago. I haven't even touched on it. But we need some kind of defensive strategies. I don't really know what to do there, so we'll see what we get. We got max energy, max generation, energy surplus. Right now it's negative 75 in energy surplus. That means that this energy will go down as we add things that take energy and so on and so on. So we'll see what the hell we're gonna do there. I don't know. And I just get a dog that goes like, I don't want to be in here right now. I'm gonna let her out there, so give me a second. Want to go down? Want to go get dinner? No, Catherine, get up. Get up. Everybody out. Everybody out. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Yes. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff I have no idea how we're going to implement. But as I've done with everything here, I'll take it one step at a time and see what we get to. As I said, this is not going to happen overnight. So just follow, subscribe, whatever. And hopefully we'll get there at some point. Anyways, so what we got here? So we got a hacking failed. So hacking success is when we succeed in hacking, and if the time runs out, we get a hacking failed message. Basically checking if we have authority. We're getting the player controller from the source. That means our character. We're sending a message to, the player that you have failed at hacking the item. And we're sending that message, and we're clearing the remove timer. I don't know why we don't do that here. Should actually do that here as well. We can copy that. Let's put that down. I don't know. Above there. Fine. And then we're ending the ability. So what we need to do here is we need to make sure trigger possible damage application. Maybe something like that. Let's see. We can create a function just like we did here. Execute something there. Let's see. Double checking here. So the actual hacking component should let us know what it want to do, I guess, because each hacking component might have different penalties and different ways of applying the penalties. Maybe it's different type of damage application. What else could that be? Yeah, something like that, you know. And then we're gonna trigger some kind of animation, particle systems, stuff like that. So that's what we'll do, is we'll create one of those in the hacking interface that we created. Let's see. I don't think that's open because I only used it once there. So we're gonna look for interfaces. So interactions here, interface. That's the wrong interface. We're looking at the wrong interface. Wrong interface. Yes. All right. So that's the one we want. Hack failed. Right? Hack failed. And we want the controller of the hacking component. So hacking player, or, you know, whoever did the hack, the player controller that. And hacking component is the component we want to address. Yeah, I think that's fine. What we can do here now is just do hacking interface. And we're just gonna do execute hack failed, and we're going to take the hacking component. Sorry, haven't even. Yeah, we need to freaking do this first. Stupid little me. There we go. Boom. And then we'll take the hacking component, put that in there, and we're gonna have the player controller, and that should be it. We'll leave the message here. Don't really like the message straight out the bat, you know, out of the bag, but guess it's fine. Because we're gonna have, like, you're gonna notice when you fail, usually, is that, well, maybe not all the time. Maybe you want to have like 2 or 3 times before damage get applied, but we'll see. So let's go to our hacking. Let's see what we got. That manage component. Here we go. Put that there. So it's a virtual. Here we go. So we can actually basically copy this guy right here, and we're gonna say hack failed. There we go. Failed. And that's it. So this is going to be triggered whenever we fail the hack. All right. Move that over to this screen. So yeah, this is our hack success thing. You're doing a lot of things here. First of all, I think I want to check. I think I had something done with this. Current passcode hacking fail. Get that. That's a function I've been playing around with before, but it's not the right one. However, I think I had hacking amount. We'll look at the base class here. Unwrap current access ID, physical time, blah 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 blah, player price, placeholder mesh, local mesh. Item can be hacked. Item has been hacked. This should actually probably not be in the base class. Don't know if we have that here. Let's see. Ah, come on, where are you? There we go. We're gonna copy that in there. Yeah, show hacking implementation. So, to be honest, if this is the only place, no, I have it in one more place. I'm just gonna grab this. Yeah, it's being replicated. That is fine. Let's see. So basically, I mean, my hacking, not my hacking ability. This guy here, it is replicated. So what I can do here, simply, I move this one into this time here. They're gonna be. I'll put it in the protected. Then we're going to. Boom. Just copy this. X this out there. And this is not really for this type of object, but I want to have it here. Just, hi man, how you doing, man? Unknown. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to first get our hacking manager component, or we can just do hacking component. If it has I have a hacking component, so I can just do this. All right. Memory is inaccessible because it's protected, so we want to put it here. I'm actually dual streaming, but I have no traction at all on Twitch at all. It's absolutely 0 views, 0. So yeah, no, it is actually, and that's actually why I use this. I'm using Restream, so getting all the chat into one. You know, it's replicating the chats in both of them. So yeah, no, but it's me. I think it's probably me and my face and my, content. Or it's so hard to be, discovered as well. I don't know, but I am absolutely. So we're gonna see here, and also the thing is that I don't know. I think I'm a little too. Should I put it not lazy, but I'm probably should do some other content instead of just live streaming. I should do something else as well, but yeah. Like I should do videos and stuff like that, but it's like I just don't have the energy after working. I just want to sit down and do this, Let's see, return. Come on, why is it so freaking slow sometimes? Return. Item has been hacked. Start building the world and it looks more together. People join. Yeah, probably. Right now I'm just trying to get all the different pieces, working. But yeah, you are probably right. Once we start putting, mountains into the world or whatever, explosion. I think that people love explosions. People like things to explode and disappears, and you can loot them. So when we get there, but yeah, and like I said, when I stopped streaming was because I got much into start looking at numbers and start getting almost nervous and almost, how should I put it? I stressed myself out because I was looking at the numbers on the streams, and all of a sudden that was not good for me. I cannot do that. So right now I want to create, and I can stream it. I'm not gonna start running around and trying to get people to join the stream and stuff like that. If people discover my stream and want to join and talk and have fun, fine. But I'm not gonna go and start chasing, trying to get people in here. Oh, I gotta get 10 viewers or average 5 viewers or average 20 viewers. Fuck that. I just want to sit down on a Friday night or a Thursday afternoon and just code and see where I can get. We'll see where we end up in the end. So yeah, I gotta calm myself down a little bit because I can get a little bit over the top when it comes to shit like that, and really I don't need that in my life. I just need to enjoy myself. Yeah, it will get better, like you say, especially doing level design and half the mechanics are already done. Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy doing the mechanics and coming up with new ideas, and that's one thing I actually love to do, is come up with an idea, have no idea how to do it, and then it's like, oh, but I can fucking do it. I can get there. I can, with some investigation and figuring out and playing around with things, I can do exactly what I wanted to do. And I think that's been one of my downfalls a little bit as well, because it's on both sides. It's both positive and negative, but sometimes, I cannot say, fuck it, it's good enough. That's not working for me. Especially, doing certain things with the inventory. I'm like, but I wanted to be able to pick up 3 different items and move them, to this or do it to that and whatever you need to move it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know how to do that. And then I'm like, oh, I can do it this way, but it's not really what I wanted. But then I was like, wait a minute, no. Let's sit down, analyze the problem, make sure that you actually get exactly what you wanted and not doing something that is good enough. I don't want to be good enough. I want it to be, that's the whole process, to do something that I see in my head. I imagine myself in a game and I have, mechanics working in a certain ways, and I can actually put it through code and make it happen. And that's the exciting thing. Yeah, because learning curve of C++ is quite difficult a lot quite early on. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, if I did this in blueprints, I would have a lot more people tagging along. I have a couple of guys come in and go like, oh, that is so cool, but how do you do it in blueprint? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. But I could probably figure it out. But right now, that's, yeah. To be honest, in the last the last month and a half, I've been revisiting parts that I coded like 4 or 5 months ago, or 6 months ago. And I've been sitting there like, what the fuck did I do? Why did I do it this way? This makes no freaking sense. What the hell did I do here? And it actually it's quite interesting to see. It's interesting to see myself, my own progress, how I progressed. And now it's like, whoa, I can do it this way. This is so much better. This is so much better. Yeah, people want to do blueprint games, and well, the thing is that blueprints is an awesome way of working, but I want to understand what's underneath, because there are things that I do in my game here that you cannot do in blueprints. It's just impossible. You have to go down and do it in C++. So, for example, there are functions in blueprints that I've been taking in and reworked the entire function. I can't just say anything right now off the bat, but there are functions I sat and actually redid. And I mean, just look at my save files. I mean, I know that people, when they want to save things to file, they've been using add-ons and plugins and whatnot. But all my saving files, if we go and look at it, it's all, everything is in code. It's right there. I mean, I'm using functions that somebody else created, but in the end, all my functions are right there. It's no plugins. And even a plugin that I actually used one plugin in this game, and that is a plugin I don't use at all now. It was the any button kind of deal. But with my new system for radial widget, I don't need it at all. So this is all done in materials and code. So, and it's all controlled. It is absolutely depending on what the item is. And its fun part is that this widget, when I was actually looking at it, I can have multiple layers. So I can have a button here, and then I can have a button on the outside without a problem. So I can have another ring of buttons. And this is the same system. I was thinking about that because when it comes down to my control of my characters, as you remember, we talked about that before. Movement is for this is just click and point and click and move, right? On this one. So I click shift and I click in the world and it starts walking to that point. But I want two different movements in this game. I want this one type of movement for bigger vehicles. And then I want for smaller vehicles, fast, nimble vehicles, I want, to basically have a first-person view of it. So I'm thinking as soon as I start doing damage and stuff like that, I want to build another mech that is more of a small mech that we can do in the first-person view. But I want to be able to move it with the type of control. I don't know if you played, if you ever played Star Citizen, for example. When you control your ship, you move your mouse and it starts dragging to that area. So you drag it to the left, right, to up or down. You can do it with controllers as well. I think Star Citizen has that system. I think so. But anyway, so because I don't like this whole first-person shooter kind of game where you move your mouse and the character instantly goes there, and it's like, it is too fast. A vehicle would not move like that, right? I mean, you put in control and the hydraulics got to start pumping and your movements so you slowly, or you know, some machines work very fast. You've seen robots is like going in and you know, it got fast movement, right? But it still always have a bit of lag. So what I want to do is I want to have a first-person viewer that you control the vehicle turning wise left and right using the mouse control. So you drag it to the left and it start turning to the left. You drag it mouse to the right and start dragging to the right. And then you can control the walk sequence forward, backwards, and sideways with the WASD keys. But the turning functionality will be with the mouse. And that's the same function. You know, at least in my mind it is. For example, if I click on this widget, so I calculate while holding my left mouse button. That's what I do right now. I click in my left mouse button. It calculates the position of the mouse or the cursor compared to the center of the widget. So it always calculating how far away I am from the center. It also calculating, you know, the direction, the angle from the center. So you always know the degrees from the center point I am. That's how we're going to control the movement of the character. You know, so you have it as center point, and then you move the mouse, and it calculates how far away from the center are you. The farther away from the center you are, the more you can move, the faster you can move. You have more control that way. So the further away, you get more speed. And then you also have like a angle where you can look. So you can look up, look down with the mouse. So you can, you know, direct your fire that way. First person only. No, it's going to be two persons. You're going to have first person when you control the small mechs. And then you're going to have third person when the point and click. Yes. So yeah, that's how I want it. I want a first person for the small mechs. So, and the fact that the idea I had it all along is that when you're going out with these big massive vehicles or mechs or, you know, AT-AT kind of deals, that you point and click, you mine these huge rocks or whatever you do. And then, because you don't want to walk around, let's say that you're going to walk from this side over here to this side over here with a quad walker. You don't want to be, you know, pushing the W key. It might take, you know, a minute and a half to go across the street, you know, go across. So you don't want to be doing that. Then you're going to use the click and walk, and just click it, walk over there, and then I can, you know, scan around and do whatever I want. Well, if you are out and hunting with a small mech, then you want to be in first person view, and you're going to control it with your mouse and you know, the keys to get it in position. Also, what I want for my bigger mechs is automatic fire. So you using the tracking in the vehicle. You can have some big guns, automatic tracking from the big vehicles. So it, you know, you just click, you target it, and you start firing, and it will automatically track your target. But a small target that moves fast, like you would do with a fast first-person view player that's in a small mech, he will be very, very hard to hit. So, anyway, that's a whole lot of talking, but that's the goal of it. So, and when I was sitting in, because I was thinking, you know, I don't want that regular first-person view shooting mechanics, because it's just, first of all, it's just boring, you know. And then I was thinking about, you know, how do they control a vehicle that flies? You know, you move your mouse left and right, and it follows the mouse a little bit with the delay. So, you know, you can have that little stiffness in your movement. And I was thinking, then I built this thing here, and I was like, wait a minute, that's exactly how I gotta do it. I gotta move, calculate my center point on the screen, and then just calculate where my mouse is, you know, compared to the center point. And then we'll do it from there. So yeah. And the wheel, yes, the wheel is pretty cool. I like it a lot. So yeah, I think this is basically how most big AAA companies do. Is that they this is how they do it. And this is, you know, 2 materials. We got one material for the actual wheel underneath, and that's calculated on segments. So it's actually a material that updates depending on how many segments you need. And then I have a secondary material that is the hover material, and that is calculating, also dividing the same amount of segments, and then it updates the current slot according to what I hover over. So it's changing the segment, the selected segment. So it's different. It's not that it moves around. It's just recreates basically the material with the new updated segment that I'm in. So yeah, but if you know how much code and how much stuff it is to make it, I have a feeling that the tutorial will be a little bit too long. And I also thinking that most people probably, if I cut it down, maybe I can cut it down to making just the wheel. But yeah, I just know how much work it would be to put into that tutorial. It probably would be like a week and a half of work. Because we need to create the material, we need to create the material functions, we need to create the blueprint, and then all the code underneath, which is quite a bit of code. And the thing is also to divide it up, because some people want, you know, a wheel that's on the center screen, like Satisfactory have, for example, when you are they have a center wheel like this, and it's a whole wheel all across the center. So you press R and then you move it left and right, and then just release and it selects whatever it is. But this is a, you know, triggering and selecting item depending on what we are actually hitting. So it's updating depending on what we hit, you know. So yeah, we'll see if I can break it down. More videos as well, yeah, but just the wheel, not the functions. Just to create a wheel, you can hover over 4 sections. Yeah. Well, it's still, I need to create the material, and I mean, if you look at material here, UI, let's see, where the fuck did I put it? Radio menu. See, this is just the radio menu segments, radio background. Not that much here, but I'm creating these. So this is material functions. So basically the foundation of this is that I went into, there's a project from Unreal Engine. What was it called? UI functions or something like that. Anyway, so I went through their project that you can download for free. At least you could. I don't know with the new system. But and then I dug through. They have some examples, and then I dug through it and put something together that I thought would work. So yeah, but it's so there's some you know, radial segment functions that I've been recreating. But I mean, it's as I said, this is radial. This is functions that we have to create in the tutorial to get the tutorial to work. You see what I mean? Oh, Jesus. I think I spent a week on all this shit. Let's see. That's the custom. So that is fine. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. Well, I could do it, but it would take me quite a bit of time. And here we can also see. No, that's a. It's an MI. Yeah, here we go. Here's the segments, for example. So I can, depending on how I want to do it, I can do as many segments as I want. You know, the only thing is that when it comes down to see how blurry it start getting in this, you know. But as soon as we're at 3, it actually starts looking okay. At 4 is fine, and then up to 12, I think, looks fine. Start getting a little fussy, but yeah. Yeah, no, it's better than what I had in a way, because now it's at least it's no buttons. Previously, you know, it was buttons and shit. I actually looked at an old video a little bit. You know, let's see. I mean, look, I can just delete all this stuff. This is, but I mean, I use this shit. I don't know what the hell. It worked at the time, but it's like, because this is what I used to do. It's like, oh, situation 1, situation 2, situation 3. You know, it was all stuck. Now it's much better with the new one. So if I look at my radial menu, let's see. Where the hell did I put the radial menu? Blueprint. This is not it. That's something else. Let's see. Radial. That's not it. That's not it. Here it is. So you saw how much shit there was in this one, right? With all this shit. The other radial menu here, because this is just bullshit. The other one is the size box. It's a switcher. I don't really need that switcher, but I have it anyway. It's an overlay. And then you get the background image, the selection image, and the icon canvas. So it's a canvas to put all these little icons in. So we calculate exactly where it's supposed, each icon is supposed to be. We calculate that, and then we put that on the canvas and place it out on the canvas. But that's it, compared to all this fucking junk, which looked like a fucking garbage disposal. Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing some kind of tutorial on that, but I know how much work it's gonna be, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. All right. So where the hell were we? Oh, I love it. So right, I did that. Oh yeah, we were working on how many times it been hacked. So we want to have a count on amount of hacks, and we want to have a count on max hacks, right? That's what I wanted anyway. So item has been hacked, and that will only come up, for example, if you have items in the world that can be hacked, but you don't take ownership of it. For example, if you have a site which have 4 or 5 hacking cans that you can take loot from, you don't take ownership of those cans, but they are open or closed. And if it's been hacked, then it's already open, and you cannot hack them again. So that's the idea there. And then we're gonna have a in32 here for hacked attempt. No, hack attempt left, maybe, right? Maybe replicate it, I guess. Oh shit, mic is in the way. The hell? Copy, just paste, like so. Or is that a good? Maybe that's better. Hack attempt left that we can subtract from. So we'll set that in the start. And let's see here, because otherwise you're gonna have how many max attempt you have and how many times you all have tried it. This is going to be both of them in one, I think. So we're gonna replicate that, I guess. I don't know if I need to. Yeah, I probably do. Anyway. There. Oops, daisy. Oh. Hack attempt left. Do that. Okay, and now we're gonna set that. So let's see if we go into my. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, let's go into data, and we're gonna look at our interactable data asset. So we have our can be hacked. Should be a bool here. Will explode, interactable. Look at that. So much information here. It's like, where the hell are we? ID, static match by level, address set, processing map, name variation by level, package size, item images, radial options, radial option map. B is storable, and the is parameter. That's an interesting thing. I don't really know what the hell I'm going to use that for. B will explode. Yes. Well, that could be used. Will it explode? Yes, it will explode. Okay. So we can do this. We can set that here. In 32. Max hack attempt. Right? Is that the right place? Hold on. Will explode. A bomb will explode too, but you can't hack a bomb. So if you put out a landmine, it will explode because that will control. That will be controlling the damage radius and stuff like that. Fall off by level, damage by level. We're gonna look at that. Will explode. That is controlled there. B will explode. I thought I had some like can be hacked. Item can be hacked or some shit like that. Beeper can add storage is storable. Huh. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter really, right? Just that it won't be blurred out. I wanted to have one of these edit condition, so we can't add it if we can't hack it. But then again, I mean, do I want a bool just to blur this out? That seems very stupid. I'll just add this for now. There we go. So we're gonna add that to, so each container can have different amount of hack attempts allowed. You can have one that allows you to hack it 2 times and one that allows you to have to, do it 5 times. I guess. I don't know. Let's do that. Stop and rerun. Jesus, is it 10 o'clock already? Damn. Time flies when you have fun, right? I don't even know what the time it was when I started. Probably was pretty late. Come on, build. Sometimes it just takes forever for it to build. Sorry. So whenever we load in this, we'll create a setup for this, and then we'll can just say that every time it fails, it removes 1 from the max hack attempts. And then we'll if we remove 1, and if the max hack attempts are 0, then we can make it go boom. Let's see here. So what I'm gonna do here, take this, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna say good blueprints, Jesus, interactable items, I don't know, container data. This is a problem I have right now, is that I place stuff a little bit here, a little bit there, and sometimes I have a problem finding. There we go. Secure container. All right. Info. There we go. Max hack attempts. I wonder if I can do a sub thing here. Maybe. All right. Let's say that we can hack it twice. No. Yes. 2 times is the maximum amount we can try to hack it and fail. Cool. Hacking command is component. So we need to add that when we initializing this bad boy. So how the fuck do we do that? Yeah. Access write data. Where does this come from? Set new access write data. Access write. It's actually something that I do when I create it, isn't it? Go in here. Don't do it. What? Oh, I do it here. Ew. Ew. Yeah, that's no. Okay. Damn. Okay. So I don't know what to do here. Where are we going? Reactable set blah get blah blah blah. So we're creating the update name, get variable, item, use, analyzing its attributes. Here we go. This is where we initialize the item, right? So if item can be hacked, then we're getting that from the save struct when we're loading it in. And we just call it new save struct. If I remember correctly, I think this is exactly what we use when we are actually spawning it as well. I think I have to look that up, but I think that's exactly what it do. We use the same freaking function. You just named it new save struct because that's what I call the struct. Fuck, no, I have to look that up. Where are we? We need to go. Wait a minute. We're spawning it in the player controller, right? When we're spawning a new one. Main controller is player controller. Let's do that. I'm gonna say initialize item. Place actor. Yeah. There we go. Doing it here. New in not struct. So this is a this is a function or a constructor that is like crazy. Yeah. And data setting, player facing null pointer, control ID, data setting. Oh. What the fuck? So data settings, deployable mask, controller ID, deployable level, item location, rotation, facing name, and inventory component. And we're getting the data asset. And we place this is concerning. Mucho concerning. Where the fuck do I get that? And by the way, oh my god, nah. So this information could be. Let's do this. Let's place a new one. Boom. So we're gonna do here. Oh shit! I have to restart this. We'll get our character to place out a container, and then we'll take a look at it. When you don't have a clue what's happening, test it out, put a stop block in there and see what the hell the result is. Maybe it should be, this should be true. This should be true when I place it out. So we'll see. So I know I have, oh, need that right now. Because this is going to go through for each one of them. Hello? What's happening? Oh, there we go. Jesus. Just because you put a stop lock on it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this guy up here. I'm going to open this container here. I'm going to move it over there. I can close that mother out. And now we're going to put a stop lock on this guy right there. And then we can place this guy, deploy. Just gonna screw it a little bit, like so. And yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna pick it up anyway. Okay, so now we are in here. We get a stop lock. And can it be hacked? This should be true now. Just waiting for the evaluation. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da. I don't know if it's my computer is so freaking slow, but this usually takes a little bit. Evaluate it. Even though it should evaluate it in 2.5 milliseconds or something like that. All right. So, false. Item can be hacked. False. Interesting. Because if you look at the new save struct, it's probably just what I put in. So item can be hacked is false. That need to be added to true. Because, I mean, in the end, it is a hackable container. I can't hack it because I am the owner, but it's a hackable container. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I ever tested that. Let's see. Oh, shit. Move on. Let's do this. I'm gonna pick this blood up thing up. So I have that container. Okay. Now we're gonna add this to 2 players. Boom. And I don't know why this is doing that. Okay. Ah, come on. No. Here we go. That's 1. That's 2. Right? So this guy here is gonna put down a container. Secured. Deploy that. Like so. Put something there and then we're gonna deploy it. Now this guy is going to try to hack that. He can't hack it. Interesting. Huh. Because he can't hack it, but if I now restart this, still can't hack it. Oh, you idiot. I don't have a hacking tool. All right. Let's put in a hacking tool there. All right. Let's see. Let's start over. Probably was too big though. I do have a hacking tool now. Still can't hack. What the fuck? Nobody can hack anything. What the? I was gonna double check. This is something wrong. What the hell is going on? Huh. Okay, we have to look this up. So should get the hacking. Oh, for fuck's sake! I changed the place, the location. It probably screwed up something somewhere. Yes, so I moved. Oh shit. I moved this. Item has been hacked. This fucking thing. I moved it. Okay. I moved it there. And then gotta be, you always look at the latest place where you do a hacking component. Let's see here. Yeah, so this turns out to be false. Wait a minute. Let's just trust this again. So we have a hacking component. Oh shit, this needs to be like so, right? So this has to be false. Get item. This has to be false to be able to get in there. Yeah. Because if it's true, then we shouldn't get in here, but it's false, we should get in here, and that means we need to set that false first. Huh. One little fucking thing, and all of a sudden nothing is working. It's just breaking. But as long as you know what to look for and how to look for it, it should be fine. So there we go. They got our hacking symbol. So, okay, let's do this now. Boom. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put 2 here. All right, now we got our little hacking symbol there. And this guy here is going to place a secure container. Deploy that. Okay. I guess I can set that there. Right. Fine. And he can hack it. He can hack it. We got the hacking tool, hacking function. Hackety. That's fine. Right. Okay, cool. So So the questionnaire is controller resistant. What are we doing? Interactable. Okay, now we got that. Remove that. So what the fuck? I wanted to be here. Item can be hacked. Okay, let's look at that first. Let's look at the data. Oh. Yeah, coming. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a couple of minutes and eat, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes here. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, wrong. I don't even know where my mouse is. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Back. I had to eat something anyway. So, what are we doing? Well, we're looking at this guy here. So, let's see here. Rotation. So this is what it comes down to. Don't add it here. I mean, technically, we adding it when we're loading. Here we go. So if we load the item here, probably is true. We just do that. This is now when we're loading it. False, and this is interactable 001. That is fine. The interactable 003. This should be true now. No, it's still false. So what the fuck? This is not something I use at all. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's see. Item can be hacked. It's replicated. 2, 3, 4. Number 5. Set it to here. Okay. Well, that means that it becomes true when we add the hacking component. Okay. Okay, cool. Means that we can just forget about this because we don't really need it at all. We can do that. This actually never happens at all. So we'll go down to where we create the hacking component, right? Oops, there. So this is where we create the hacking component. Yeah. All right. So this is where we want to set that. Set what? Yeah. We want to set the hack attempts left. So what we're going to do is we're going to... oh, that's going to be a void function. Void. Set hack attempts. Set that. We're going to do... yeah, set hack attempts. We want a number there. We want a number in 32 attempts. Right? Need a number. We need a number. Hack left equals attempts. Like so. Okay. Yeah, I can. Doesn't really matter. It's good practice, I guess. All right. Okay, so now we got hack attempts, and we are going to set well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So we can set hacking component, set hack attempts, and we're going to set that to a number. How do I get that number? Well, we can get that through a function here called get hack attempts. Shit like that. Protected. So what I want to do is I want to do this thing that I do over and over and over and over and over again, but I shouldn't do it over and over and over again. Shouldn't do this, but I can do that anyway. Because I need to redo that function into one function that, you know, it does it once, and then, because right now I'm reloading this data asset over and over and over again. But I'm going to return data asset, and we're going to return hacking max hacking attempts, and that's what we're going to return. There we go. Boom. Oh, idiot. 32. Okay, there we go. Boom. So what I want to do is I can do that, and boom. Now we have that. Cool. So now we have hack attempts and hack failed. We can say hack attempts failed, max hack attempts. Okay, I'm done. There, hack attempts left. There we go. That minus equal 1. If it's greater than, so if max attempt left is greater than 0, then do electrocution. Else do explosion. Right? Electrocution to explosion. So yeah, so cool. That was a little bit too much work, but now we're there. So what I can do here now is I can do UE log them, and we do a warning. I'm gonna do a text. I'm gonna say electrocution. I don't even know how to spell that, but that's fine. I guess that's maybe. All right, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do explosion. Explode. Yeah. All right. Boom. 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 Low explosion. Right. Happy Friday night! All right. So let's skip that guy. Do one. Fine. All right. So now we have this. I'm gonna hack it. And two, yes, we want to have a look at our output content. There we go. We're gonna fail that. So we got electrocution. And now we're gonna fail it again. And we got explosion. Or explosion. 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 All right, so that actually works. So to do one, and it will electrocute you. You do it again, and it will explode it. And yeah. All right. So the next thing is we want to have something on the screen that can actually tell us that something is happening with our character, right? So I want to create a widget here that will basically be a circle. Target. I want something like that, but in the center I want another one that will be our energy level in the center, I think. We're gonna have our shield, our armor, our core, and then in the center our energy level. I don't know. Is that how I want it? I don't think so, but let's just take a look. I don't know, because I don't know what I want, so maybe I should take a minute and decide that. To be honest, this is what my target lock is looking like. Wait, I got my energy. That's what it looks like, really? Alright, just wait for my oh guys to come out here on the screen. Target one of them. There we go. That looks horrible. It looks absolutely horrible. Colors is cutting. Ugh. Oh yeah, could actually. Didn't I have like a drag and drop on these guys? I thought I had a drag and drop on these. I wanted to be able to move them, but guess not. Maybe that disappeared when I added selection. But yeah, that color is just awful. Let's see if we can play around a little bit with the coloring. And I circle material. Yeah, well, let's see. The color is just nasty. Ugh. Oh, it updates actually on in the game. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's move that down here. It's actually interesting. Actually do it here. Pretty cool. It needs to be stand out against each other. It's just the red, I guess. It's just horrible. Fuck, I hate this. This is something you do in kindergarten, right? You, you play around with color schemes and stuff like that. You know, blue works with blue works with yellow, right? Okay, blue and yellow that works together, and then we need to have the center point here as well. Which one is that? That one, I guess. Then that works with yellow, but yellow doesn't work. Yellow works with green. Ugh, I hate this. Oh god damn, I hate this shit. Can do is just do. I mean, I'm not here to make it look pretty in any shape or form. I'm here to get stuff to work. But at the same time, you don't want to leave it looking like fucking garbage, right? At least it doesn't cut my eyes out. So, let's see. Start over and see if it saved it. It should have. Yeah, it did. So, I target that, target that, target that. Oh, I can't. That will do. That will do. All right, so I'm gonna use the same thing, but I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. I think I remember how to add something to the screen. Let's see. We have that, and it's added to the HUD. Sorry, game blueprints. Overlay. Just the overlay. We're adding that in code. I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna take a break. Start feeling like it's 11 o'clock here. Been on my feet since this early this morning. So I think we are not. See here. Yeah, we're all alone here on the stream right now. I want to thank everybody who's been here today, and I wish you a pleasant evening and weekend. So I'll